Oh, the instructions are non-existent. This little music chip, as they describe it, there is just 2 pictures on Thinternet, which are quite poor really. You can determine that it is to fit on there that way round by the photograph, because there's no markings on this, and on the back you've got, on the back of it you've got a transistor, and again, looking very closely at the picture, you can just determine that the round is on the bottom. I think, I can't be certain, but that's what it looks like. So that'll have to go on there. Anyway, that's for later on. Our next job is going to be putting this surface mount IC on, and again, it's not very clear either. There's nothing, no markings on the diagram. Yeah, just see on that picture, confirm what I thought. There is just on the circuit board the tiniest of a little dot there, and that appears to be pin 1. Oh, watch me as I cut my finger open. That's the IC. There's no real mystery or terrors in putting these on. Get a bit closer so you can have a look, I think. Oh, too far, too far. That's about as close as I can get, I think. Right. There's the little white dot. And there is, I'm gonna have to get my magnifying glass. Yeah, there is a dimple on the IC denoting pin 1 there. So the dimple is denotes pin 1, and that's pin 1, so it's got to go on there like that. Now I've got a hot air gun and I could airflow it on. I'm not going to, I'm going to put it on, soldering it. Flux up the pads, position the IC, clean up your soldering iron. This is a different tip on this than I normally have. I normally have a round tip. This has got a chisel tip on it. Why I thought it was a good idea, I don't know. But right, you have to just forgive me for a second because I'm just going to go over the top of it so I can see where I'm working, just to make sure it's lined up. Come towards me just a little bit, and what I do is just tack one of the legs like that. Take your finger off and then you can have another good look at it. And that looks alright, so I'll just whiz him around. And I'll tack the opposite. Oh! That was good. It looked good, but it hadn't actually tacked. Oh, it had. I must have caught it with my finger. So when you've got one leg tagged, you can actually move them about a bit to get the final position. Actually, I want to move it to the right just a hair, about hundredth of a millimetre, just to get them. Oh, well, it's gone too far the other way now. Trying to get them all in the middle of the pad. Oh, sod it. It looks absolutely dogs there, so we'll go this side and just tin that one up. That's it. Now I can just make sure we got flux on. I've tried a few of these different types of flux, but this one comes from Farnell. Seems to be the best. I don't like the ones you get on eBay. They don't seem to work for me very well. But those, and the make is Circuit Works. And it's CW8100. As a disclaimer, I'm no way affiliated with Farnell or Circuit Works or any other bugger. I'm the proverbial man that wouldn't even join two pieces of string, never mind clubs or anything else. Never liked clubs. There's always a hierarchy in the club who want to do everything their way. You always get the one, yeah, they're my wickets and I'm taking them on. You know, that type. You only have to touch the pad and the solder will flow around the leg. Beautiful. So that's that one on. I'll stop for a minute and have a look what's next. As I say, I'm going to continue trying to get all the surface mount components on before we go any further. Damn, it is to swearing, isn't it? There you go. Right, I'll come back in a minute or two, 3. Right. Unfortunately, I can't work out the values of these, well, any resistors without a calculator of some description. I got the vague idea what you're doing, but I always check. Right, there's 3 more SMD resistors to put on. There is a 1.5 mega ohm, a 10k and a 220k, and they are marked 155, 103 and 224. And again, there's a little calculator online that will do it for you. Just put figures into the calculator and it tells you immediately what they are. So let's get them, see if we can get them out of their packages and get them on. Oh, this whole thing cost £2.50 delivered from China. All these bits for £2.50. It is said by other people than me that to learn electronics, building these kits is a great help, and I have found it to be thus. It is very helpful. You learn a lot very quickly. You learn how to cut your fingers open. Come on. Yeah, I thought you'd drop upside down. One more. I think this will be the end of the surface mount stuff. I think we've done all that. And by the look of it, we've got to use the offcuts of the diode legs, etc., and LED legs to use as the pins for this music chip. Well, went the right way up. Right. Flux, flux, flux. Clean up the iron. Bit of solder on there. And here we go again. This is the 224. So that's the 220k. And he's going to go on there. Like that. That's one. This is the 103. So that's the 10k. And that goes. A little bit more solder on the iron. That goes there. And after we've turned it over, there should be 155, which is 1.5 mega ohm. That's caught me, hasn't it? Right. bit more solder while we remember. A bit of a clean, I think it's got mucky. I don't think I do too bad for somebody who shakes violently all the time. Well, not violently, it's only when I'm consecrating. Right, go around the other sides of them now. Right, we have done with all surface mounts. So all the rest of the stuff is through the hole, or tuft, as we say in Wales. Yes, right, I'll have a look what we're going to put on next and come back. We'll go for the LEDs, and they go run green, red, yellow. I'll pop all these in and I'll bring you back when I'm starting to solder them in, because it's not a bit too boring to watch me sticking these in dust. And there we are, penultimate. Last. Turn him over. Flux him up. And right, well, we want them to sit up nicely, so we'll have to hold them flat while we tack them. So we'll start this end, push him down. Make sure he's flat. I don't like this chisel tip. I don't. I'll come back when I've finished soldering these in. By that time I might have changed the bloody tip. I've tacked all them. I'm now just going to solder them in. I'll come back at the end of the row. Right, they're all soldered. So now we'll just mow the lawn with the shears. We've got the bulk of the electronic components in now. We've just got a few transistors and some diodes and an electrolytic, I think, to put in. And then we've got a few pieces of hardware to mount. Right. They're all in. They all look straight and tidy-ish. Right. And now, I've got to find another word than right. I keep saying right. Got to be something else you can say. And now for something different. I'll come back in a minute and I've had a look at what I'm going to put on next. Probably the diodes, I should think. Yeah, that's just what we're going to do. Here's D1, which is the 1N4007. Orientation on these is critical. The band on the end of the diode is also shown on the silhouette on the board, so you have to go that way round. Just pop those legs out a bit to retain it. And we've got 3 more diodes to go in. And these are the 1N4148s. Again, orientation is critical. And if you've been watching as many electronic videos as me, everybody knows what a diode does. It controls the flow of the water. So there you go. That's what I've learned. It only lets the water flow in one direction. There we go. They're all in. just spread the legs so it holds them to the surface. When I turn it over, flux them up, and then solder them in. Just one quick check that they are all flat. Managed to get a bridge in there. That was clever, wasn't it? Come on. Got a big hole in the circuit boards. They don't float very readily. Right, they're all in. Quick mow the lawn. And next, we'll just throw this electrolytic in, can't we? There he goes. Again, these are polarized, and they're marked. You can see the mark up the side of the capacitor that denotes the negative. The long leg is the positive. Any pops, and we can solder him in. I think there's enough flux floating around there to do this, I hope. There we go. We're in. Transistors, I think they're all the same, aren't they? 9012, 9012, 9012, yep, they're all the same. And they're all marked the same because we have got that oddball that goes. Yes, there's the oddball. I picked it up straight away. That's 8050 it looks like. So these three must be 9012, 9012, 9012. We've got the base, emitter and collector legs on these. The orientation is also important, but again it's marked on the PCB. You can't make a mistake putting them in. Just follow the silhouette on the board and away to go. Which one have I just picked up then? That's the oddball, trust me. Went to the trouble of sorting them out and then picked the wrong one up. Oh, we are coming down to the nitty-gritty now, aren't we? I think this is going to be a marvellous thing when we fire it up. Right, can we get a tack on him? I just usually tack the middle legs so you can move them around a bit after, so plenty of gumption. Soldering iron. Make sure he's straight. Not for any particular reason, just aesthetics, I suppose. Just put a tack on the middle leg, like that. Like that. And like that. Right, they're all tacked. And then you can just check that they look reasonably vertical. Move them about if you have to. And then just solder all the other legs, which I'll do, and I'll come back.